All right, everyone. I want to talk about your homework. You should have had your part one of your practice Unity VR world done. That's where you basically put in, 3D objects and built kind of a basic scene. Now what we're going to do is actually kind of set up a XR rig so that you guys can walk through the world and also have a basic ray indicator to interact with things. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to do. So in theory, you already have the world. I put little video. You know, this goes to parts of my module where I discuss these things. So I want you to have a track pose driver. That's what allows you to move around. Uh, you should be able to move forward, backwards, left, and right. That is, remember we set up the continuous control. This was from the last module. Be able to do the turn, continuous turn, weather snap, and continuous move. This allowed you to use your controllers to move around. Okay. So you should be able to move your head around like this, and it should be able to change its perspective. You should be able to use controllers to move left, right, forward, and backwards. From today's, you should also be able to teleport. I think so. That's from last class too. So you should have at least one part people, either it's a floor people can teleport on, kind of like the Frame VR worlds we had, or you can have a teleportation area where people kind of jump to a particular spot if you want to do that too. Either one is fine. You can go to the video that goes over it. From today's, I want you to add basic ray interactors. This is, the ability to have the little rays. You can customize them if you want. It's not required. You can put your own little virtual hands on it if you want. That's not required, but I'm just kind of putting it in, it'd be kind of nice, but I'm not requiring that as part of the requirements. I want one object to be interactable. Okay. And by that, I mean either you hover over it or you select it and something happens. It changes the color of something, or maybe it deletes something, or maybe it plays a song, or, whatever. Go back and look. The easiest is just like making it change color of some form. And then I want you to have at least two objects that are grabbable. Okay. So grabbable means, there's a cube or whatever it is. You should be able to point with your ray indicator and then grab it. Okay. Or pick it up. As opposed to just being selectable or interactable. What that means is essentially, you can have it either snap to your hand. Remember that is, let me add something real quick just to show you. Remember that would happen under far attach, either near or far. So it can either stay in relationship to the player, or it could snap into your hand, which would mean near. Either one is fine. I don't, it's up to you to decide what makes the most sense based on the object. All right. So this will be due next Saturday. What I want you guys to do is, one, I want you to record you going around your world so I can see everything. You should be able to move your head. I want to see you pick up the object, that kind of stuff, just so I can see that it works. And I also want a copy of your project file. So remember, when you guys were doing your build profiles and you went build and run, you guys were building an APK file, right? So let's just say, for the sake of argument, I'm going to call this, VR practice 2 or something, right? When I build that, when it's done exporting, depending on wherever you set it up to export, you will have an APK file, just like these, okay? What I want is the APK file. I don't want your whole project because that's very big in terms of file size. I just want the APK. Okay, so you're going to submit me the APK file. I can then load that into my headset, and I can actually see your world too, to double check that I can move around and all that kind of stuff. Eventually, you guys are going to test each other's practice worlds too. And so I want you to submit me the APK file. If the APK file is too big, like you can see here how they're pretty large files, If it for some reason it doesn't, you can't upload it to, Canvas, you can always just put it on like a Box account and share it to me that way. Either way is fine. I just need a way that I can actually access it. Okay. If you have any questions about the assignment, let me know. I'd be more than happy to set up a scheduled time to talk with you and come to my office hours and we can discuss it. Okay.